living a life of fulfillment. No other than Miss Andrea Puting.
Thank you, Daniel. It's lovely to be here with you.
Welcome to Book 101, Miss Andrea. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Certainly. I'm in Australia, Melbourne, Australia. As you might pick up from my accent,
Yes.
I I am an author and a podcaster like you, and I have also, from being an author, I have landed myself into publishing as well. So I know a bit about the whole book process, and apart from that, I'm a grandmother and I enjoy some time with my grandchildren every week, and
Enjoy life.
yeah, enjoy life.
Miss Andrea Putin, thank you so much for sharing your talents to the world. And today we're going to talk about your compassionate purpose. So, what are your core values and how do they influence your daily decisions?
My core values. That's a really important thing because it's something that I talk about in this book is understanding what your values in life are. So my values are around obviously compassion.
Yes.
So about being giving and nurturing other people in the world, for whether it's, like I said, my grandchildren or whether it's somebody else that I meet with. Certainly, all of my publishing clients feel very nurtured. So, and extending that from beyond just those that I know, but being compassionate towards other people, regardless of who they are and what they do in the world. So that is very much a core value into everything I do in my life.
So, which activities make you feel most alive and engaged?
Now that's really important because, like, you're getting to the core of what this book is all about. So the things that make me feel alive are the giving of myself, is doing things for other people. And because to me, that brings purpose to my life and gives me a sense that what I am doing in the world is of value, that I am someone of purpose. I am someone who is worthy of my place in the world. I'm doing something that's good. So, yeah, that's very much in line with this.
So, how do you define compassionate purpose in your own words?
Compassionate purpose is all about the giving of yourself for not for profit. So when we talk about business, which is my other book, Compassionate Prosperity, when I talk about that in business, it's about doing something that isn't for the purpose of profit. It's for the purpose of giving. So compassionate purpose is that purpose that is within us, that is not about success, the funding of our own life, the providing for ourselves. It's about the purpose that we do that is giving of ourselves. Now, many people would call that either giving back or paying it forward. For me, it's my compassionate purpose and it's giving of myself, serving in a way that isn't focused on me, it's focused on what I can do for other people.
So, in what ways do you currently incorporate compassion into your life?
Compassion in my life is varied, and like I said, because it's my core value, it kind of it's
Mhm.
in everything. But one of the most important, what's my compassionate purpose, if I can focus on it in that way, is chocolate and coffee breaks. And that's a really important thing that I began. It began with Chocolate and Coffee Day for religious harmony. But that's all about just sharing a chocolate and coffee with somebody and sharing stories and listening to who they are. And the focus of chocolate and coffee breaks is not to sit down with your best bud, because you can do that anytime. It's just to spend time with someone who is different to you, who has different ideas, different beliefs, different abilities. They come different cultures, so that we can learn and understand who they are and what they are all about. Because when we do that, it helps us to break down the barriers that divide us. So this is a very important area of compassion for me personally. And I try to work with that constantly. So it's a real thing that I often talk when I'm talking with people. I talk about as being a silent majority, in that the majority of people think and believe that other people are worthy, other people should be treated better, that there shouldn't be prejudice and biases and all those kind of things that are destructive. However, we don't say anything, we don't do anything about it. So it's a really important thing for me to speak up against some of those injustices in the world. So to have my voice heard about things that most of us believe and feel, but we don't say anything. So that's very much how I like to play out compassion in my life in that particular area. So it's something that is really important, that I'm constantly aware of, that I need to model what I talk about.
So, Miss Andrea, what unique talents or skills do you possess that could benefit others?
Whoa, what skills? I have lots of skills, like everybody else. So ones in particular are, I believe, my writing, and I'm also, I think, pretty good on stage. I can present a pretty good talk. So being able to influence people by using my writing and talking is really an important thing. And being able to facilitate that kind of experience with people, to not only chocolate and coffee, which is my like I said, it's my love project. And so if you've got a love project, that's what your compassionate purpose is. Also in helping people to find that compassionate purpose in their life, to be able to draw out those values, the stories, the skills, those inspirations that they have in life, and bring them together to help to find a compassionate purpose that will drive them, that they just get up in the morning and they feel, yes, I'm doing something that's of value. I'm doing something that gives my life meaning and helps me to feel successful. So that's one of my skills that really can be helpful to other people.
So, Miss Andrea, compassionate purpose, which chapter do you want to share to us?
Which chapter?
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Which chapter? There are many, 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 many. Well, maybe if I could start with, you want me to read part of the first part of it, or
Please, the first page of your best chapter that you want to share to us.
best chapter? Maybe Creating a Legacy,
Yes.
chapter 2. Frank McKinney is a 7-time best-selling author in 6 different genres. He's a real estate artist, philo-capitalist, and aspirational speaker. I spoke with him on my podcast, Social Mission Revolution, and he shared his story with me. Frank is very successful at what he does, design and building beautiful properties that sell for millions of dollars. He has everything he could want and has achieved all of his goals. After he'd sold the most expensive spec home in Palm Beach, his life felt empty. From a business standpoint, he was on top of the world. However, he had lost the heart and soul of it. He had reached a low point and felt like giving it all away. Why do I feel like? He asked his coach. His coach was wise and told him, "You need to find your spiritual highest calling, Frank. You've got the professional down pat." Armed with this challenge, Frank pulled together all of his skills, strength, and business acumen and found them redirected to another purpose. He now builds whole villages in Haiti in areas of need. The villages contain everything they need: homes, schools, hospitals, community centres, etc. Frank doesn't go in and take over. He communicates with the people of the village and provides with them the support they need to build their community. He feels it essential for them to use their skills and knowledge to give them a sense of pride and ownership. Frank found a new purpose in life. His business now provides the means to do the work he loves. It could be easy to shrug off this story and say Frank is a rich man and can do whatever he wants. I don't have the time or money to follow my passions. However, I've spoken to others with similar stories on the podcast. They have lost their passions in life and feel like nothing is worthwhile anymore. When they turn it around and engage in a social mission, their lives become inspirational and they are an authentic influence. So that's just one of the stories. I could have picked any, I probably could have opened this at any page and been happy with what I read to you.
Yes. Thank you for the legacy, Miss Andrea. Thank you for that chapter. And when have you felt a profound sense of fulfillment, and what were you doing all that time?
When have I felt fulfillment?
Yes.
Oh, I often feel fulfillment when I'm on stage and share a message. I really do, because it's kind of my comfort place. And the other time, and when I'm sharing chocolate and coffee, that's obviously a very big point. When I finish a book, that's always a point of fulfillment because I've written a few books. And I also get a great sense of fulfillment when I've published other people's books and they have succeeded in getting their books as #1 bestseller. I mean, it's such a buzz and they get such a joy out of that. So for me, very much my fulfillment comes when I am bringing something of success and joy to other people, having them feeling like they've done something great. So that's my fulfillment kind of rolls
Definitely.
on.
Definitely. Very well said, Miss Andrea. Very well said. So, how do you handle setbacks or failures when pursuing a meaningful goals?
Oh, there's always setbacks, isn't there? We think, oh, I
Yes, always.
think we just go, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. There won't be any setbacks, but there's usually setbacks. The interesting thing about setbacks, though, is that there's usually some message there for us. So while we're dealing with it, we're all flustered and frustrated and we have to work our way through it. Quite often, I find that I end up doing things in a better way, or I've learnt something of great value, which is easy to say in hindsight. How I deal with it at the time is to just go back through the steps and go, okay, where am I at? What do I need to now look at and do to get this around, to maneuver around this obstacle or blow this obstacle up, whichever way you want to play with it. Sometimes you've got to blow it up. So it's kind of a step back and reflect. Take a moment to really try not to beat yourself up. I say try because I am really good at beating myself up, and I just beat myself up over and over again when something doesn't work.
So,
But
Miss
it's
Anne,
letting it go and moving forward.
Yes, moving forward and let it go, people. So, Miss Andrea, what will be your advice for those people out there looking or seeking for a compassionate purpose?
My advice is for them to follow their heart. And that's a chapter I've almost read, which is my final chapter about following your heart. Now, listening to what's really calling you from within, it will let you know where it is you need to go. Now, I was told by 7 psychics, all within a couple of months of each other, follow your heart. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? How do I follow my heart? So it really just took that preparation of understanding myself and what was important to me, what my skills are, not what my skills are and my strengths are, but the things that I love doing. So look at what you love doing. Look at what your heart's calling you to do. Put those things together
Yes,
and you will find your compassionate purpose.
definitely. Totally agree. If you have the passion to be a podcaster, go, go, go. If you have the
Absolutely.
if you have the passion to write, 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 write. Even you are tired, you have the dedication to do it. So, Miss Andre, how about your writing? Uh, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Short term goals. Oh, I've had a bit of a hiatus with writing because I had a lot of personal stuff going on last year. So at the moment, I'm just getting myself back into that daily habit of writing, which is really important as a writer. So, and I know that will eventuate into more books. I had started a book earlier last year and it just got put aside. So, there will be another book, whether it's at the end of the year, I'm not sure, but so I'm about to start a new podcast, which is Chocolate and Coffee Breaks a Compassionate Proposition. So I'm sure from that there will be another book roll on. So my writing will be focused on compassion again, always. So watch out for something purposeful.
Yes, yes, for sure. Looking forward for that, Miss Andrea, and good luck to your goals.
Thank you.
So, what fears or limiting belief might be holding you back from truly embracing your compassionate purpose?
Fears. I would say that when it comes to your compassionate purpose, one of the biggest fears, which I know it comes and goes with me, and I know that so many people have this, is that the fear of reaching out and being rejected, of feeling like, why are you doing that? Who am I to be doing that kind of thing? And then people just rejecting what I'm doing. That is a big fear, that fear of rejection, that you're going to put yourself out there. Now, this is really you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, so you're very vulnerable with your compassionate purpose. However, it's something you need to do, and just know that if you touch one person's life, you're going to change the world. So, um, fear, that's the fear that I carry, is that I'll be rejected and nobody will hear me, or nobody will listen, or nobody wants what I've got to offer. Massive fear.
Yes. So, Miss Andrea, to sum up our discussion for today, how can you cultivate a supportive environment that encourages the pursuit of a compassionate and fulfilling life?
Supportive, yeah. So really we need to have a tribe around us. We need to have community of people who are on the same page as us. So cultivating that is not always easy. However, we just need to spend time talking with other people that care. And one of the things with a compassionate purpose, while in the book I talk a lot about creating your own compassionate purpose, there is also that point of we don't all have to start some foundation. We don't all have to start something new, something. What we can do is to look within us, find what our compassionate purpose, find what it is that we are passionate about, and seek out other people who are doing just that. Because no matter what you think of, there is other people out there doing that. Connect with them. And even if you do want to start your own project, there are other people doing similar things that you can have conversations with, so who can be supportive, offer suggestions. So always there are other people who are feeling passionate about the same things you are. Find them. They will support you.
Yes, and find a mentor, people. So,
Yes.
Miss Andrea Pudding, thank you so much for sharing your books to the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support all your books?
Certainly. You can find my books on Amazon or your favorite online bookseller. Or if you're in Australia, you can jump on and go to my website, andreaputin.com, and you'll find all of my books available there.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Andrea Pudding because if you support her, more empowering books to come. So, Miss Andrea, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate your time.
More to come, people. See you soon. Thank you, Miss Andrea. And you are most welcome. You are most welcome